Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Tuesday, February 7th, and this is the market overview, looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, XLF, XOI, GE, who knows what. Mystery. All right. Away we go. Today was just another atypical day for the regular program of fall at the beginning and climb up through the rest of the day. Um, so, even bigger hammer than yesterday, or hanging man if you want to call it. It is a bullish engulfing by 1 point, and 1 point only. So, all those candle watchers can say, oh, we have a bullish engulfing. Yep, we do. Beyond that, we have the CCI leveling out. We finally have the 14-day RSI moving average leveling out. How about that? It's been slowly ticking this whole time. Doesn't mean that it's going to roll over right at this very moment, but leveling out, hey, if you're bearish, that could be a good thing, very good thing, but very early. Stochastics ticking up, RSI ticking down, histogram ticking sideways, and MACD ticking sideways. Is this a better topping signal? Ending at the upper Bollinger Band? Could be. We don't have any downtick yet. We don't have any sign of weakness. This could continue just to melt, 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 melt. We did reach a new multi-year high today. That's all over the news, talking heads. And so when victory is being declared by everybody, what does that mean for us? Well, could mean nothing, but it also could mean that we're finally at the point where it's going to finally roll over and die. But that is extremely early, and we do not have a downtick, so until we see some indications of that in the secondaries, I'd be waiting. I'd be waiting. SPX. Yeah, we had that no-body hanging man yesterday. And we did it again. We have another another nice, pretty hanging man here today. We have a little bit of excessive separation, a little bit of wobble, but nothing major in the short-term moving averages. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, not ticking to the side like the Dow. So that is different. CCI ticking down, still very high. Stochastic still pointing up. RSI ticking down slightly, still overbought. MACD ticking up. Histogram barely ticking up. So SPX a little bit stronger than the Dow, and that is what it is. Going on to the VIX. Yeah, we're a little bit hesitant about that. I mean, we had this super hammer yesterday. We're like, oh, everything looks bad except for the super hammer. Is that going to be enough to reverse it? No, it's not. Ending with a spinning top, and 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics trying to turn around, go up. CCI going up, RSI going up. Histogram slight tick down, and MACD slight tick up. Very, very mixed. Spinning top, yeah, that jives with one another. Kind of interesting that it is a spinning top, and the Dow and the SPX were hanging men. This should have been an inverse hammer, but it is not. So, how about XOI? Oil. Yep. Oil is bullish, market bullish, outside of the upper Bollinger Band. Nice big green candle. Stochastics way up there. CCI way up there. RSI slight tick down. Histogram tick up. MACD tick up. We noticed the bearish cross yesterday. And oil just doesn't want to stop at the moment, which is fine. If it doesn't want to stop at the moment, it doesn't want to stop at the moment. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways, not ticking up, not ticking down. TNA, the Russell, a little doji star. We do not have a downtick. We do have excessive separation. Downtick on the CCI, and slight downtick on the histogram and the RSI. Uptick on the MACD itself, uptick on the 14-day RSI moving average. Stochastics are locked in the upright position. We're waiting to see this roll over and see if we're going to get a bubble correction, which would take us right to the 200-day moving average, or if we can get that test and bust through it, in which case we'll go in for a bar retest, which would be taking us right about 253. But anyways, just a doji star, just a little pause on the road to wherever we're going, and we don't have the indicators to support what the next move is as of yet. That's fine. It's a doji star. CompQ, NASDAQ. This has been carrying the market, ending today with a spinning top. Seems to be the theme of the day almost. 14-day RSI moving average and stochastics locked in the upright position. Downtick on the histogram, uptick on the MACD, downtick on the RSI very high, downtick on the CCI very high. We do not have a downtick in the short-term moving averages. We still have this little indecision, and whether or not it can be pushed up to infinity by the Greek news, which they keep telling us every single day, Greek news in a couple hours comes and they say, okay, tomorrow the exact same thing, over and over and over and over, rinse and repeat, and it is working. Look how long it's been working. So how long can the story be maintained? Probably until it doesn't work anymore, and then they'll have a different story. So just hilarious. All right, UUP. Yeah, we've been watching this sucker too. We're noticing the weakness over the last couple of days of it trying to go up and get sucked back into the long-term moving average bar, and how it just would fall on its face every single time. Well, today it fell on its face and went down. 14-day RSI moving average getting to the oversold line, but no indication of it turning around at the moment. It's still too early. We actually had a downtick on the MACD histogram. Very interesting. MACD ticking down, RSI ticking up slightly, CCI ticking down. Woo! People selling. And stochastics also pointing down. So you have to be looking for a floor here. Whether or not that is going to be at the 200-day moving average, we don't know. Certainly, if it wants to test the extreme floor, it has a good ways to go. But hopefully it won't get to that point. But certainly, anything is possible. FXC. Yep. We've been noticing how it's in this congestion area with the long-term moving averages. They have been holding up pretty well, unlike UUP. But today we got a break out of it. We can see the candle emerging on the other side. We can see the last long-term moving average getting pierced by a single short-term moving average. It is a fat body spinning top today, which doesn't necessarily mean too much of anything since they've been all over the place. 14-day RSI moving average still pointing up, still a little room to go before it gets too overbought, and then we'll see how long it wants to stay up there. Stochastics moving up, massive move in the CCI, people buying up the euro. Side tick on the RSI, uptick on the MACD, uptick on the MACD histogram. Certainly all kinds of optimism that a deal is forthcoming. And kind of interesting too, because to me it seems like it's a little bit early. I've heard dates of the 14th, and next month is the actual, getting down to business cutoff date. So it does seem to be a little bit early. Is this front running the deal to come? Possibly. But we peons just are not going to know until the deal is over. And it did have a massive spike today of, almost 2 cents, which is an extreme move. And we did have a nice gap and a nice move, and it did support the markets, which is what it's supposed to do. GLD. Yep. Dollar going down, GLD going up, makes sense. Even though the VIX was going down, gold was going up. So we were talking about the push-pull effect the other day, and that it didn't jive, that the dollar was moving up and the VIX was moving up slightly and gold moved down. Well, now it's correcting that move. So it did its bubble corrective move when we had our downtake. It fulfilled that move, and now it is attempting to resume its move up. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, CCI ticking up, RSI ticking up, MACD ticking up, histogram ticking down, stochastics ticking down, but the slow stochastic not really convinced. So having these turn around and then go back up to meet the 14-day RSI moving average would be completely natural and not unexpected at this point. It actually looks like that's what it should do. SLV. Yep, doing the same thing, except we did not have the downtick target met. It just looks like it wants to keep going on its merry way. Almost exactly the same thing. Histogram ticking down, RSI going sideways, MACD ticking up, the stochastics attempting to hang out, 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, CCI ticking up, and the birds are screaming. Alright, maybe they'll be a little more quiet now. Probably not, so apologize for that. GE, trying to get a little forewarning of the Dow. And look at that. It is bouncing back and emerging from its bubble corrective move. Did not even get to the long-term moving average bar and is bouncing right on up. Now the 14-day RSI moving average is still ticking on down. Stochastics are moving up, CCI is moving up, RSI is moving down, sideways on the MACD, uptick on the histogram. So we can have a move up in the secondaries while the 14-day is still ticking down. We would imagine that they would want to get to their tops, roll over, and then join it on the rest of its move down. If they're able to hang out high and either turn the 14-day RSI moving average or maintain the price level until the 14-day RSI moving average gets to the bottom, that is a bullish sign. So, watching to see what happens there. Not enough information. XLF, the financials, yeah. They're still doing good. Spinning top, some excessive separation, very little wobble. Down tick on the CCI, very high. 14-day RSI moving average, small tick up. Stochastic staying with it. Down tick on the RSI, slight down tick on the histogram, uptick on the MACD. Not a bad showing. And also not showing clear indication that we're going to have a bubble corrective move or a bar retest at this point. I would imagine that if it does, and we have a corrective move of some, potency, we'd be going down to the major price consensus level at $14 and then bounce, but it is very, very early for that. But anyways, what else is there? Yep, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Not too much to say. We're still waiting for a clear signal of one direction or another. And that's all there is to it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video are for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you.